Yo, what is going on, guys? So on today's episode, we have a video here titled Why Men Will Never Go to Singles Events Again from a channel called Alpha Male. Now, guys, just a heads up, going to singles events is something that is a complete waste of time for the majority of guys. The women who go there are absolutely awful, they are horrendous, and the dudes typically get rejected and treated like crap anyway. So let's jump into the video. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments.
We're going to singles mixer night, and this
As a pair.
and these are our predictions.
Someone is going to make a pickup line about the Canadian wildfire.
Yeah.
Quality. Hey girl, is you a Canadian wildfire? Because you take my breath away.
Predicts that about 5 to 10 guys are going to ask for Snapchat and or Instagram.
I predict that someone's going to ask us if we're sisters because they don't have a better pickup line, even though we look nothing alike.
I predict that at least 2 guys are going to pretend that they're Swifties, but then they're going to say that their favorite song is Love Story, so then I'll just know that they're doing it just because they think I'm cute.
Yeah, so these women are going to this singles event, and I just love how, even though, look, this woman right here is nothing to write home about. I don't find her incredibly attractive at all. She's sitting here talking about Taylor Swift, right? But so many women, their perception of themselves is inflated by social media, and they just have so much attention that they get from social media that they just expect 5 to 10 dudes to ask them for their Snapchat and things like this. And man, I think men should put, we should put our attention and our effort into things that are more worthwhile, right? Rather than like 20 of us asking for this woman for her Snapchat. Goodness gracious.
How dare they?
I'm going to a singles event tomorrow night, and I'm nervous.
I think people meet at meetups more often than people meet at singles events because of the way the thing is structured.
Hi, I'm 23 and I've never had a boyfriend.
Okay, I turned 40 this year and I've never been in love. I've never been in a
Well, if you're a woman, let me just say this before the video continues. If you're a woman and with all of the options that you have in the world, you cannot find a man, let me just tell you this, a singles event is not going to help you. You're doomed. The reason why modern women are single is because, number one, a lot of the men don't want to date them. Number two, they're all chasing the same portion of men who don't want to give them commitment. And number three, their standards are incredibly damn high. They'll say that it's low, but of course they're only only chasing the attractive guys, right? So they'll say, yeah, my standards are so low, I just want a man to take me out on a date. But the question is, who do they want to take them out on a date, right? The majority of the dudes who go to these events will just get rejected. They'll get treated like crap as always, and the women will still remain single and complain about the fact that they are single because nobody is good enough for them except for that Giga Chad.
Okay, I turned 40 this year and I've never been in love. I've never been in a
Well,
I would love if we could be honest and rebrand singles events as the truth, which is a perfect place to meet your brand new platonic best friend.
yeah, see? We're off to a great start. This is why women, they go to these places, man. They find none of the men attractive, and so they just make a bunch of friends. Guys, being a woman's friend, waste of time. Complete and utter waste of time. This is something that a lot of guys particularly grow out of. They realize that it's a waste of time. Women are just using them for free attention, free validation, free resources, things like this. Yeah, but of course you only find friends there because you're not attracted to any guy except for the top percentage of dudes.
Men don't go to these. Men do not go to singles events. Stop paying money to go to singles events. Men don't go. Stop it.
So I have to cancel the singles event that I planned to be on my farm this weekend. Y'all know I'm an event planner and I have a fish farm, and I advertised a fishing for love event where singles could come here and fish and have dinner and meet each other in person.
That sounds absolutely horrifying. Nothing against fishing, of course. This woman's just crazy, man. Offering a fishing for love event. Holy hell. Why don't men attend singles events? I wonder why.
Not on a dating app. And 5 women RSVP'd yes, and 1 man. And even the 1 man that did RSVP did it through one of the ladies. Now, I did all of my marketing specifically towards men because I knew that the women would RSVP. I promoted the event on 45 different Facebook groups, specifically about hunting, fishing, camping, country life, and all local to my area. I know that my post reached over 12,000 people specific to the age group, the gender, and the interests that I just described.
Yeah, men don't want to go because they know what awaits them. Number one, the women who go there, let's just say they're going to be quite the interesting individuals. Number two, the dudes are just going to get rejected anyway by the quote-unquote interesting individuals, okay? So it's a complete waste of time for men to go to these things. Wow, why is it that men are not going to singles events? Because men have zero incentive to go to the damn things. I don't care how you dress it up. I don't care what you say it's for. Dudes have no incentive to go there.
And yet, no man RSVP'd.
Single events were once envisioned as vibrant gatherings where individuals could organically connect and potentially find their romantic partners in real time. These occasions were designed to facilitate meaningful interactions, fostering an environment where men and women could engage in genuine conversations and enjoy each other's company. However, in recent times, the landscape of these events has undergone a notable shift, leaving many disenchanted with the experience.
Back in the days, most of the time, you would wait for someone to make the first move. It might be on the first date, it might be the third date, whatever. It could be the man, it could be the woman. But now, all my friends have noticed that the man has stopped making the first move. All my girlfriends are like, they're waiting. It's the third date, fourth date, a week later. He hasn't gone in for the kiss. He doesn't do any touching or anything. And I've asked my dude friends that are single.
Yeah, all of her dude friends. She's asked her male friends, you know, all those orbiters, all those people giving her free attention, free validation. Guys, women who have male friends are a red flag. It is absolutely a gigantic red neon flag. They're sitting for you. All of her friends are saying, listen, the men aren't making moves. You know what's funny about making the first move? Women told men that you weren't supposed to. You know, we don't need no man. Oh, this man touched me the wrong way. And I mean, guys see what's happening to other men, right? They see these sports celebrities and other different men getting dragged through these courts because a woman accused him of doing something that he may or may not have done. Oftentimes he hasn't done. And so there's a lot of risk for dudes, but not a lot of upside. Okay. Oh, why isn't my man making the move? He didn't go in for the kiss on the first date. I don't know. Maybe the dude's just trying to avoid a court case, man. Because oftentimes these women engage in intimacy, things like these, and then later on they accuse the guy and say that because they regret it, right? Because they regret the intimacy, they turn around and they say, oh, well, I didn't want to, and I felt uncomfortable, and blah, blah, blah. A lot of men are just not taking the risk. This is what women asked for, men, you know? You ask for securing the consent, and the best way to do that is, hey, you want to play this game, you make the move, right? And of course, women don't want to make the move because they don't want to risk being rejected.
Single, right. And they were like, you don't know where a woman's gonna go with that story, where I ain't touching nobody. And
that's what I'm saying, right? That's why dudes are dropping it. You don't know where the woman's gonna go with that story.
my girlfriends are like, they're waiting. It's the third date, fourth date, a week later. He hasn't gone in for the kiss. He doesn't do any touching or anything. And I've asked my dude friends that are single, right. And they were like, you don't know where a woman's gonna go with that story, where I ain't touching nobody. And it sucks because the Me Too movement is so strong and so powerful for the people that need it, but it shouldn't ruin the maturity that we should have within intimacy and relationship.
Yeah, see, they still want the benefits, right? Oh yeah, we bring up all these false accusations against men. So what? We screw over all these men's lives. Men need to be mature, and they still need to pursue and put forward the intimacy and things like this. How about no? How about no? Men actually don't need to do that, and this is exactly what you wanted, right? These people, right? Before we continue to the next clip, guys, if you sit there and you say to a woman, you're like, yeah, you know, the Me Too movement, it's great and everything, but you have so many women lying, and it just makes the women who actually have gone through bad things, it diminishes the experience that they've been through. The women, ironically enough, the women who are the worst ones will eat that up, men. They'll be like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, the women who actually need this movement, all those terrible women lying about it, and they eat that up. And those are the exact women who are the liars. I'm telling you right now, man, They love to hear that crap, right? Oh yeah, you know, all those women lying, they're not helping the real women who have actually been through crap. And the girls who eat that up, man, mark my words, they are the ones who are the bad ones. But let's continue on to the next clip, shall we?
To be honest, I'd rather just be a little lonelier than deal with all the hassle of dating. I'm really not in a place emotionally and financially where I can deal with sorting through a bunch of misses to find a Mrs. Nowadays, with dating apps, there's always something new and more exciting just around the corner. So many women I've dated have abruptly broken things off because they found something more exciting. Dating is like taking on a part-time job. I don't have the time or the energy. I'm sure all of you can relate to that. Social media, Hollywood, and porn have really altered the expectations of the general public across the board when looking for a mate. It's actually really messed up psychologically when a person thinks about it. Specifically, unrealistic expectations are held by people who conveniently hold themselves to extremely low standards but feel entitled to the best. More specifically, unrealistic expectations are held by people who act like victims when they're confronted with equally high expectations.
Many modern women are rewarded by society for their bad behavior, act like entitled, selfish princesses, are high maintenance but low reward, lack any sense of accountability, and a lot are feminists but not feminine. The worst part is they're all delusional about their true relationship market value. Of course, the real true keepers out there, they're hard to find, rare, and even harder to get. There's a lot of competition for them. It's no wonder men are choosing to stay single. But is staying single the best option for you?
Instead of engaging in meaningful dialogue and fostering connections, these gatherings have devolved into arenas where women flaunt their achievements and revel in self-adulation.
Yeah, and I've said this on the channel many times, but you know, women will often show up to these things, right? They'll look for their successful man, and they'll be like, "Yeah, look, got a career. I've got my stuff together. I've got this. I've got that," and they fail to realize that men don't care what you have. They really absolutely do not. But to answer the question previously, is staying single right for you? I think more and more men these days are thinking that being single is the correct move, especially dudes who have come out of marriages and things like that, right? They're just like, hell no, I don't want to do any more of that. The dudes who are older, they've had enough, man. They're just checking out in particular. Even a lot of the young guys these days, they're like, they understand what women are like these days with social media, with Instagram, things like this, and they want no bar of it. Like, they'll have fun with you, but a lot of guys will not commit to you whatsoever.
I can't see one single positive argument for staying single today. We're having a cigar the other day with this guy when we did the live podcast. He's 35 years old, makes millions, but he doesn't want to get married. He says, it's too risky getting married today. I said, it's too risky getting married today. I said, man, it's too risky staying single today. Like, what do you think life is all about? Pulling up to a restaurant in a Rolls Royce? For what? Who cares? Those people that say, what a nice car, don't give a shit about you. Everything about life is investing in things that outlive you. Man wants to live forever, but we're not going to. The only way you're going to get a glimpse of living forever is by what you build.
Yeah, see, this all sounds great on paper, you know? You've got to get married. It's the right thing to do. A lot of guys, again, have no issue with marriage. They have no issue with the concept, but they understand that these days it's a complete scam.
Kids,
okay?
Raise them properly. They continue your last name. You write a book. You make music. You make movies. You make something that outlives you.
True. All of this is true. Well said.
Well said, soldier.
Yeah, I'm not falling for it. I'm not interested in getting married, man. What's, you know, you shouldn't stay single. You should go out there. You should find a woman. You should get married. You should risk absolutely everything. Yeah, I'm going to have to pass on that one, Chief. No, thank you.
All of this is true. Well said.
Well said, soldier.
When you get enough lonely single men in their young ages of like 20 to 30, right, with no family, no kids, nothing to die for, to stand for, you're going to have public tragedies keep happening. Soon they'll start targeting higher ups in government because, you know, once the greed sets in from those at the top and they take more and more and more and you're left with nothing, then you'll really see the, quote, revolt everybody talks about.
This is something that we talked about recently on the channel, by the way. You know, why aren't men entering the workforce? Why aren't they working? Why are a lot of guys not participating actively in society? And I mean, look at it this way. A lot of guys don't own anything. You work your entire life and you can barely afford to pay off a house. you don't own the house. You go out there, you get a massive loan from the bank, you spend your entire life paying off the damn thing. Maybe you've got a car. I mean, you know, you work so hard as a dude, and what do you have to show for it? You see what I'm saying? This is why a lot of guys are checking out. I mean, there's many, many reasons why dudes are checking out, but the fact of the matter is, back in the day, you might work really, really hard. You'd have your family, you'd have your house, you'd have your car, you'd have your dog, and things would be great. You'd have your home. But these days, you don't have anything, right? Rent prices are through the damn roof. Mortgages are absolutely insane. And people are like, yeah, go out there, find a woman. Just go marry a woman who has a public Instagram account, DMs open to every dude. Marry her, work really hard for a house you'll never be able to afford, and good luck to you, my friend. No, thank you, right? Let's continue.
Singles go to meet other people are the worst, because that's pretty much just the leftovers and the completely hopeless people that have zero values and zero standards, you know. They just go there in hope that they find someone that they can date. You know, single groups, single Facebook groups, single markets, dating apps, like all of the things are where the singles with no standards go to and never get anything. That's the worst place to meet high quality woman.
And that's why I do not go to those mixers anymore. When you go, it ends up being nothing but women. And to those men that like to say you can't find women, you can't approach women, you know, they're there at these mixers. To beautiful, successful women who are making a conscious effort.
Oh, boo-hoo! Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin.
This is serious.
I know. This really is the world's smallest violin. See?
Have you guys noticed that some of my videos have gone missing over here on YouTube? That is because I am slowly moving them over to locals where I can actually host them without the risk of getting in trouble. If you are not aware, many creators are starting to move over to places like locals, Rumble, etc. because YouTube is not really a free speech platform. So if you are interested in supporting the channel and getting access to videos that are no longer available here, make sure that you come and join us over on Locals. The link will be in the video description down below. Supporters get access to their own exclusive videos that are no longer available to the public. So make sure you go to the link in the description and join us over there now. But anyway, guys, back to today's episode.
To put themselves out there to meet someone.
Oh yeah, I'm really after those successful women. That's, you know, that's what men look for in women's success. I don't know how many times you have to tell women this. I just think they don't listen, to be honest with you. But when dudes are looking for a wife, they're looking for a girlfriend, you know, success is not a very high-ranked thing at all. In fact, it's barely ranked at all, to be honest with you. There might be some dude in the comments who's like, yeah, bro, I chase the successful women. That's one in a lot, right? So you come to these single events, you're like 35 and you're like, man, I got my career sorted. I'm ready for a good man now. You're 35, right? If the man would have kids with you, he'd be having a geriatric pregnancy with you. So, I mean, what exactly is the point here, right? Crazy to me, man, how women just never seem to even try to understand what men want. They just want friendly, nice women. Just be a nice person. We don't care about your career. Don't try and look for a good man when you're 35. Because trust me, the good men are not looking for you when you are 35, madam.
Successful women who are making a conscious effort to put themselves out there to meet someone. And before you start hating, now there's just a bunch of women that can't find nobody.
Yep.
And there's a lot of people out there that can't find anybody. Yeah.
You know what the difference is, right? The difference is, let's just say you've got a man who can't find somebody, and you've got a woman who can't find somebody. You guys know what the difference is? You probably do if you watch this channel or some other channel like mine. The difference is the options, okay? A man might be single because he legitimately has one option or no options, right? Women don't look his way. They treat him like crap. He doesn't earn enough money for her. He's not attractive enough. He's not tall enough. I mean, if a woman is single by the age of 35, if you do the maths on it, man, how many men they have to reject to get to 35 and still be single, especially if they have a public social media account, is downright disgusting. So no, it's not just like, oh, so what, I'm looking for love. It's actually a big deal because it shows the behavior that you've given to men until you are 35 years of age. If you have to go to a singles event, that tells you everything you need to know about the woman.
There's a lot of people out there that can't find anybody. Young, old, black, white, rich, poor. These women are actively putting in the work to make themselves available.
That's right.
Guys, you really don't even have to spend money at these events.
Yeah, guys, the women, they're putting in the work to find somebody. You know what's going to happen? Even if the dudes do go there, they get rejected 99% of the time. You see what I'm saying? I don't care if you're doing all the work. You're putting yourself in the position to look for a relationship. Women can sit in a damn coffee shop and and that's putting themselves in the position to find somebody. They put themselves on a social media application. They make a single public post that's geotagged, for example. I mean, you know what I'm saying, guys, right? Oh, I'm putting myself in the position to find a partner. You're a woman. You're going to get attention throughout your entire life, no matter what you do. Okay, so what it tells me is that you have an issue with your selection process with men.
Fellas, start signing up for these events. Start
Nope.
going to these events.
Nope.
I like these events.
That's nice.
Because it makes it easy to approach someone, and it makes it easy for someone to approach you. Classic stuff. Putting this out there because I want to start going to them again. Yeah, sign up for them. Just sign up for one, and it makes
Just sign up for them. Please sign up for them, guys. She wants to continue to go to more of them. Wait, you mean to tell me that you couldn't find a man at previous ones? Oh, how interesting. Guys, we are going to be leaving today's episode there. Why do you guys think that men are not going to singles events anymore? Don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments. And guys, if you are interested in getting more videos, right, you might notice that there are some videos over here on YouTube that are no longer available. Make sure that you come and join us over on Locals. It is a great way to support the channel if you're interested. We release videos over there that are no longer available here. So if you're interested in getting more videos, you want to support the channel, make sure you check it out. The link will be in the video description. But otherwise, make sure you take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you all in the next episode. Peace.